live just to be passing time. Had a nice weekend, and now I'm just gonna sit here on live for a minute and try to see if I can rack in some hours, as little as that may be. I'm trying to get to this point that I need to get to. Y'all gotta excuse my throat. I just got through choking on this tea. But we had a nice weekend, spent it with family. Just came back from a concert, if you might want to call it. The Four Tops. The Four Tops are not really the Four Tops anymore. They're the fill-in tops. Ain't none of them the original ones. Went down to Jazz Alley and had dinner and a show. Now I'm home, getting ready to go to bed. As you can see, my eyes are just as heavy as I'll get up. But I thought I'd just get on here and talk for a minute. Ain't got much to talk about. Because if I got started, I probably wouldn't stop. I just got a lot to say lately, especially about phony, fake-ass people. Phony, fake-ass people. They've been around for the longest, but they just they don't know that they're fake and phony. Somebody must need to tell them, but you know, if you tell them, they don't want to believe you. Especially these folks that go through life living off of the charity of others. I don't know. I just came up in a time where I was taught to get on my own grind. And don't get me wrong, everybody to a certain degree has a grind. But damn, if you got your own grind and you still sitting back in the cut, dropping hints for people to help you with this, help you with that, make a change. Get your own shit. You'll appreciate it so much more. See, y'all gotta realize. And if you can't do it, then it's time to make some moves to be able to obtain those things. You know, don't look for other ways to get from other folks because the old ways aren't working. That ain't the business, because you're gonna run out of people. People gonna get sick of helping you because you ain't doing what it takes to help yourself. Looking for people to help you and dropping hints for them to help you is not helping you. That's not getting your grind on. That's just begging. And I mean not like begging like a dude out on the street on the sidewalk with his hand out. I'm talking about that low-key insulting one's intelligence begging. That hint dropping shit. That shit drives me nuts. Just say what you mean. Because all we can say is yes or no. But see, half of these folks that do that shit, they know that they know they're wrong. And it's really sad. Because you got your priorities all screwed up. You spending money on unnecessary bullshit instead of taking care of the things you should be taking care of. You know? I mean, you got this organization paying your light bill, and you got this organization over here paying your child care, and you got this organization here giving you free clothes for your kids. I mean, I know it's hard for everybody out there, but that's why you get off your ass and push even harder to get on your grind. You can't go through life expecting your mama to bail you out or your daddy to bail you out Mom and daddy ain't gonna always be around.
They're aware.
And they've done their part in raising you.
They know they're wrong. They're never gonna verbalize it or
raise your kids. What do you think you instilling in your kids?
But they
when
know.
When your kids see you getting free shit from people all the time, just every time you turn around, free.
When they interact,
and yes, you may go to work every day, but
they're always looking for the okie doke. Women are always looking for
I don't get it.
Where you're trying to
you getting all this free shit, subsidized rent, subsidized this, subsidized that, subsidized child care, everything's subsidized.
And that's the reason why
and folks like me
rarely ever
get up as old as I am and still work for my
because
check.
Quite frankly, women do not believe
that
you can be nice.
And sometimes, especially in childcare is flaky industry. Flaky is all get up. We basically have to take on the burdens of others indirectly. So if you got a problem with something that you gotta, you can't do something or other, it falls back on the child care people, that they lose that child because you can't get to daycare, or you've lost your job, or I mean stuff like that. The actions the actions and situations of others impact us, and we have no say in the matter. But we just keep plugging through. I know one thing: if it wasn't for my husband,
the guy that's telling her she ain't
I wouldn't be doing this. That's for damn sure. Because I can't rely on other people for my income.
To get in her pants.
Nope.
She knows that if he was trying to have sex with her, or he was
it's not a bad thing, but there's just some things that you as a child care provider can't control. You can't control what other people do with their lives. And what they do in their lives impacts your life. It impacts your livelihood.
But when you come along defending
it's more than a notion. Ain't nobody here, but maybe somebody will come back and look at this video.
She know the reason that
hopefully the right people will look at it.
Is because you want something.
I got some good clients. I got some good clients that
you want validation.
Gets on the grind and takes care of business. I've seen some kids come and go out of here.
That's what he wants.
And some of the shit I've seen.
This guy right here wants female validation.
You just shake your head and go,
That's what he wants. That's why he's getting up here,
Lord
running
help
his mouth,
him.
talking the way
Lord
he's
help
talking.
him.
He needs female validation.
And some of them think that we're supposed to raise them kids for him. I run a business. I'm not a foster parent. Now, I love the children, don't get me wrong. I'm going to treat them as though they're my own, because that's just how I am. But it's not because I have to. And I don't appreciate people taking my kindness for weakness either. But this new generation coming up, I feel for them. I really do. I really do. This passive-aggressive parenting is for the freaking birds. Everything is passive-aggressive. Passive-aggressive parenting. Passive-aggressive articulation to others that are on your job, or passive-aggressive to your child care provider. Just why do people lie and think that you don't know they lying? Have you ever been told a lie that it was so ridiculous that you had to laugh because this person actually fixed their mouth to tell you this lie, and you had to sit there and pretend like you believed it?
And they're smart.
Now I'm telling on myself. For those that might be
But she be
watching
like,
this
oh,
and
in
you've
her
lied to
mind, she
me,
be
guess
thinking,
what?
oh,
I
I
know
know he
you
wants the
lied.
goodies. But since I know he
But see, I'm
wants
not
the
gonna let your
goodies,
lies
she'll
mess
be
up my
like, since
money.
she knows he wants the goodies,
I'm gonna get my
she'll
money.
use him
I'm gonna get my
for
grind
emotional
because that's
support,
more important to me
for a
than
shoulder to
massaging your
cry on,
ego into thinking that you've
you feel me?
successfully passed off another
For
one. It's like a
whatever she
fart.
needs.
It's gonna dissipate.
But
It
she
ain't
ain't gonna
going
give him
nowhere.
none
That fart is gonna
because she's not
dissipate in the
attracted
air
to
just
him.
like the lie
And the
that
reason
you
she's
told.
not attracted to him is
And the lie that
because
you told
most
has to be
women
backed up
are
with
not
another lie
attracted
and
to
another lie and
scumbags.
another lie.
That's
Next,
right.
next thing
I'm
you know,
telling
you
you,
done
the
lied
nice
yourself
guy
into a
is
corner.
a scumbag. He's a scumbag.
Mm.
See, most people ain't gonna tell you this shit. I will tell you. The nice guy
But
is a scumbag. He's a
I ain't gonna be
manipulative
doing
little
this
shit
that much longer.
that
I'm
does
gonna give
not
myself
believe he has
4 more
the
years.
ability to get the woman
3 or 4.
through his own merit of just
I
being a guy.
wanna
He thinks he has
retire
to
at 65.
manipulate her by being
And if I can
super nice.
retire earlier, I
And a lot
will.
of
But
women don't fall for that shit.
I'm not
Most
gonna
women
push
don't
it.
fall for that shit.
But I want to retire and do something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy doing YouTube.
Most women don't fall
And
for
that's
that
what
shit.
I do right now on top of my child care. I do YouTube. I like to make videos. I like to talk. Like I'm
That's why
talking right
whenever I
now.
see these guys come up here
I can
and
talk
they
just like
be
Angry
like,
Man. He's on the
yo,
TV right now. I'm not even.
leave
I
these
done
women
tuned him
alone.
out.
Y'all always
He's
talking about
talking.
these women.
People
Those
get
are
paid
the
to
dudes
talk.
you gotta worry about. Prime
If they
example
can
is
talk,
Derek
I can
Jackson.
talk. You may not agree with what
Prime
I'm talking
example
about,
is Derek Jackson.
but somebody out there is gonna agree.
He spent all them
And
years
somebody
throwing
out there may
dudes
not
under the
agree
bus, saying
and might want
dudes
to
was
jump into my
sorry,
chat and argue
saying
with me.
dudes was
Come on
raggedy,
with it.
saying they wasn't hitting no shit.
Come
And
with
that
the
whole
smoke.
time, he was the nigga that won't hit no
We
shit.
can smoke together.
He was the nigga that was trifling.
Although I do need to
Had
quit.
his wife
I
running in
definitely need to
circles.
quit.
She didn't know whether she was coming or going.
But this is what I like to do. I ain't gonna sit up here in front with nobody.
Those are the
Oh
ones you
no,
gotta
I
worry
don't
about.
smoke. That's a lie.
Those are
That's
the
a
ones.
lie.
It's kind of like in the 48
But
Laws of Power, where it says
people get comfortable and used to telling lies.
you have
And
more
after
to
a while,
fear
you done
from your
forgot
friends than
that
your
what you told people
And the
was a
reason why
lie.
is because
You
know
actually
what your
sometimes
enemies
sit back and y'all be
you
believing
know
your
what
own
type of time they're
lies.
on.
Mm-mm.
And it's the same thing with your interaction with men.
Here's a
You
here's
ain't
a
got
here's a
nothing to
little
worry about from
here's a
the
little
jerk,
trinket
because
to
the jerk is gonna tell you the
take
truth.
with you.
The jerk is gonna
If
say
you're
exactly
having a
what's on
hard
his
time
mind,
in life,
which
finding
puts you in a
yourself
position where you don't have to waste
dealing
your
with
time.
obstacle after obstacle
Okay?
after obstacle,
The jerk ain't your problem.
sit back and look at
It's
the big
nice
picture.
guy. It's the nice guy. It's
Before
this
you
dude
start
right here.
blaming circumstances,
This type of
take a
dude
good
right here.
look in the mirror.
This the type of dude you got to worry
If you have any kind of spirituality
about. He gon'
about yourself,
turn dog shit into
you might come
diamonds.
to
He gonna
realize
spin
that you're
some
not
kind
being
of
blessed
story
because you're
and
not a
make you think.
blessing.
First of all, let's be clear.
If you ain't
Dudes
blessing
like that,
folk
what they'll do is
and
they'll put a
constantly
woman up
looking
on
to
a
be
pedestal,
blessed, how
right?
you really think you're going to really be
Now,
blessed? You know how many blessings
maturity
people
is
stifle because they
understanding
settle for little
that as a
teeny weeny
man,
insignificant
you never
blessings
put a
compared to the
woman
ones
up
that they
on a
could
pedestal.
get?
And the
Honestly,
reason why you don't do that is
if
because
you do
one,
the right
that
thing, you
woman
might get the right results
cannot live
instead
up
of cutting corners in life.
not
You know
to
what I
mention
mean?
the fact that it is unfair for you
Follow the law.
to expect her
Quit breaking the
to live
law
up
every time you
to
turn
that
around. You breaking the
expectation.
law.
It's no different than when women run around
I
they saying
don't
men need
understand how people
and
can
this. It is
go through
unfair
life
for you to
without.
place that type of
And don't get me
expectation
wrong.
on
Don't get me
that
wrong.
man.
I realize that
Because
times
you
are
want him
hard,
to be a perfect being. And
but there's a
men
price
are
to
not
pay with
perfect
being a
beings.
grown up.
Women are not perfect beings. I told you, these dudes, they
If you're
walk
gonna have a
around
car,
with this image of this perfect woman in their
get
head,
insurance.
this goddess in their head.
Even if it's
And
just
they
liability,
think if they
get
be
insurance.
nice
You know
enough
why?
to
Because it's the
you're
law.
gonna jump out the window and try to
You
live
might
up
need
to
that
that
insurance one
pedestal
day.
that they put you
You
on.
might get in an accident and your little car gets in a wreck And if you don't have no insurance and the other person doesn't have insurance, guess what? You are assed out.
I know y'all
How
ain't
about
shit.
if you drive in a car and you don't have a
When I say
license?
ain't shit,
Why
I
don't you
don't
have a
mean in the
license?
sense of you're just raggedy. I mean ain't shit in the sense
If
that
you can get your
at
hair
some
done
point you're
or
gonna
your
fall.
nails done, or
Okay?
if you can go out to dinner
At
a
some
couple
point
times,
you're gonna come
or
out of the
matter of
bathroom
fact, if you
with
can
your
take
head wrapped in
kids
that freaking
to McDonald's and have
avocado
burger
mask.
parties or
You feel
whatever,
what I'm
you
saying?
can afford to get a
And
driver's license.
I know you have flaws.
That's just one tidbit.
Okay?
There's a whole bucket
So I
of them
don't
I could
mentally
pour
set
out right
myself
now.
up to think you don't have flaws.
But
So that
I
when
feel
I
I
witness
feel
the flaws,
bad for
now
these
I'm
kids
mad
coming
at you.
up,
Now I'm gonna talk shit. Now I'm gonna make
because
you feel
what
fucked up
are
about your
these
flaws
babies
because I
being
done set
taught?
myself up to think that you don't have it.
They watching
No,
mama struggle and stuff
no, I
and
realize
think
you ain't shit
that,
and I ain't shit either.
well, that matter. Let me
We all
retract
just
that
out here trying
statement.
to figure it out.
They watching
You
mama
feel what I'm
getting
saying?
all this
We all
stuff,
just out here trying to do the best we
and
can.
they don't know that it's
You
being
understand? Ain't
given to
nobody
her.
perfect.
And when
But
they
see,
do find out, they think it's
dudes like
normal
that,
to just get
they'll
stuff
make it
from
seem
people.
like, see,
That's not
they
normal.
already in a bad space because
That's
they
not
worship
normal.
women. They worship women.
It's nice if you are
You
in a
feel me?
bind, but your whole life shouldn't be
They
a
worship
bind. Every time you turn around, you get free shit
shit's
here,
wrong,
free shit there.
right?
That now you've made it a living. You put more effort into getting free shit than you do to get up and go to
In
work in the
fact,
morning.
I should do a whole topic.
Now, if you got to do all
I should
that,
do a whole
why don't
topic
you go
about
back
how
to
nice
school and get a
guys
trade that's going to pay you more
pedestalize
money than
women
what your current job
and
is paying,
how
so you won't have to
that
take
is
handouts all the time?
abusive
How about that? Or do you
and
just want to
how
take the lazy, easy
the
way out?
bad boy or the jerk
Because that
or
ain't
the
about
asshole
nothing.
doesn't pedestalize
Lazy,
women,
easy
and the way
is
he
not the
operates is
business.
actually healthier than the way
And
the
you're
nice
teaching
guy
your
operates. Matter of
kids
fact,
a
let's do it
bad
right now. Y'all want to do it
habit.
right now?
Bad habit.
Press one if you want me to
You
break
know,
it down
just
right
like
now.
these
We
girls
break it
is,
down right
you
now.
know, think it's cute that their little girls can twerk. That ain't cute. Because when that little girl grow up and start getting a little development going on in her body, and she gonna be twerking around like, what's her name?
See,
Dirty
here's the
Red,
thing about
Glow,
jerk.
Gorilla
Okay?
Glower,
Jerk,
whatever her
that's what
damn
it
name
is.
is. These ratchetonias
One,
running
he's
around
not
here in the
gonna put
music
you on the
industry.
pedestal.
Yeah, they making a lot of money being
Two,
ratchet, but they're perpetrating a,
he
a
has
very
his
dangerous
own
facade
stuff going on,
over black people, black women
which
in
means
general.
when he meets you,
And it's all, to me,
he's
it's a
gonna say
conspiracy.
exactly what's on his mind.
You know, wake up, young ladies, and put more value
So
on yourself
when
and
he
your
rolls up on
bodies.
you,
You know,
he gonna be like,
you spend more
damn,
time
you look
looking
good.
for a man
Got,
to buy
got,
you something
you
than to
got,
getting an
damn, you feel what I'm
education
saying? You
and
got
getting
big
it
ass
your
titties,
damn
right?
self.
Now, here's the thing.
You want a man to
If
buy
you the
you
type of
something.
woman
What you
who
gonna
don't
buy
like a
me?
dude eating
Why you taking me
you
to
don't
the
like a dude
Cheesecake
working
Factory?
out
I
and
want to
you
go
got
to Ruth's
gas,
Chris.
you don't like a dude
Heifer,
going out
what
and
do
you
you
got
bring
big
to the
titties,
table?
guess what he just did?
He ain't got to do a damn
He just
thing.
gave you the opportunity
Whatever
to
happened
know
to
you
going out on a
individually,
date just to
and
get
he's
to
not
know
the type of guy you
someone
want to talk
and vibe with that person, just to have a
to. Now,
good time?
if
Why
that
does it
thing
have to
doesn't
be about
bother you and
getting
you
shit,
found it
getting
flattering,
shit,
because some
getting
women
shit?
do. Some women find it
And then
flattering
you
when you
have
tell
the
them they got gas.
mitigated
Some
gall
women find it
to turn
flattering when you tell
around
them they
and
got big ass
expect
dick.
that man
If you
to
the type of
do
woman
all these things
that's
for
cool,
you,
guess
and
what?
you don't have to do
He just
nothing
lets
in
you know
return because you
he
don't
the type
have
of
to
dude
do nothing in return.
you can kick it with.
Makes you think you are all that.
This is part of the reason
I
why
d-
the street dudes,
the logic
the
behind
thugs,
it, just
usually
the
get
math
more
just
women
ain't
than other
mathing.
dudes because they're not putting on a
I
front.
don't understand it. And I'm glad that I
They
was
don't have
born
no
at a time
desire to
where
put on a
that
front.
kind of behavior
Them, it is what it
was
is.
not
This
as
is who I
prevalent
am.
as it is now. Oh, trust and believe. There was
If
some,
they
there was
smoke weed, they're
some,
gonna smoke weed in front of you. You gonna know
there
they
was
smoke
some
weed.
back
They
in my
drink
day
liquor.
too.
You gonna know they drink liquor. They don't have
But
any desire
they
to
took more
put on
pride
a
about
front
themselves.
because
They
in
didn't
the
go around
world that they
flaunting.
live in, that's not
You know,
a thing. Not from
I,
that aspect.
I'm just
They
very
don't live in the
disillusioned with
well-to-do
how
world
things
where
are turning out
everybody
in this
hides
world,
their
but
vices
it
and
further
doesn't
lets
want
me know
people to
we are
know
in
that
those
they
final
engage in
days.
certain types of things.
Absolutely.
That's not
We are in the
the
final
the,
days.
the, the street life, right? That's the
All
reason
up
why
in the Bible.
those dudes are a lot of times more successful with pursuing
People
and
are
attaining
arguing now
women
about Democrat and
because
Republican.
they're showing
Democrat
you
and
who they are.
Republican.
They're
I
honest about who
actually
they
do
are,
have some
right?
Republican
But
values.
even in the hood, in the
The
street or whatever,
majority of my
with
values are
dudes,
Republican.
what you'll notice is
I've
the
always
dudes
voted
that get
Democrat
perpetrated,
because it was
they have
a
difficulty losing.
cultural, within my family unit kind of thing. You
In the
know, black
hood, if
folks
you're a dude that's
voted
pretending like
Democrat.
you get money,
But this
pretending
ain't
like
about,
you that
you know,
guy,
what
all of
mama
that,
used to do or
when
grandpa
them
used to
women
do
find out you
anymore.
not who you say
These are
you are,
different
they're not gonna
times.
rock with you.
You know, I just wouldn't
See, these
vote for
dudes
Trump.
really don't want to understand
I don't
that
care what
honesty
party
is
he
really
was
the best
in.
policy
If he was a
when
Democrat,
it
I
comes
would
to
go
dealing with
Republican
women, because
in my
if you're
voting.
being honest, you're not
Because
wasting her time,
I
and
don't
more
ride
importantly,
with
you're not
Trump in
wasting
terms
your
of his
time,
integrity.
right?
He has no
But
integrity.
see,
Yeah,
the
people
nice guy,
talk about his
this is where the
policies and
nice
all
guy
that
comes
stuff, but you know what? I'll take
in. The nice
integrity
guy
over
is the guy that
a
admires
policy
a
of
woman
somebody
from
who could
afar.
give two rat turds about me
He
or
sees a
my
woman
people.
that
And if y'all want to
he's
fall for the
attracted
okie
to,
doke, that's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
but
I
he's
am concerned
afraid
though
to
about
talk to
Kamala
her
as well,
directly
because
and
we're
express
living in a
his
world,
feelings because
not
he's
just a
afraid of
country. We
rejection.
live
In
in a
other words, he's
world
a coward.
who do not look at women as
So what he does
leaders.
is he
So
low-key stalks
it,
the woman.
especially in this particular situation, a
So
woman of
everywhere
color,
she goes, he figures
they're
out
not going to
some
take her
reason to be
serious because they don't take women serious. I'm
right?
talking about other
Make
countries.
some kind
And
of excuse
when
to be
America
wherever she's at.
goes to interact with
And
these other
sometimes
countries,
he's even
China,
lurking in the
Russia,
corner, being
they
creepy
ain't
and
gonna
shit,
give
looking at her,
Kamala the
right?
time of day. They're not gonna
Now,
take her seriously,
if an
no matter how
opportunity
powerful
presents
she
itself
is, because that's
for him
their
to be
culture.
her friend,
You know what I'm saying? So
he will take that
that's
opportunity.
my fear about Kamala becoming president. I
Why
have
is
no
that?
doubt that she's capable
Because it's
of
easier
running a country to a
to
certain degree. You get the
become
right people
someone's
around you,
friend than becoming their
you know,
romantic
get the right
interest.
um, people to give you the advice you
So
need.
in his mind,
Don't take it
it's
upon
like,
yourself to come up
well,
with
if I
ideas
be
and
nice
slam
to
everybody
her
else's
and I just
down,
try to be her friend,
you know.
that way I
But
can get close
that's
to
my
her.
only concern about Kamala is
And
that
then maybe one day
other
I can
countries
flip
are not going to take her
the
as serious
friendship
as a
into
man.
a relationship,
But Trump,
which rarely ever fucking happens, right?
I would vote for
And
a
part of the reason it rarely
BLT
ever
on
happens
rye
is because once
before
you
I
try
vote
to
for
switch
Trump.
gears into being a romantic
Because the
interest,
bottom line
you're
is a
going to
vote for
feel
Trump is a vote for your pocketbook.
which you did.
And there's some things more important than your purse. Because I'm a believer in God. And God is going to bless me no matter what my political background is. He blesses us according to what he sees fit that we are blessed with. What are you bringing to the table to help other people and stuff like that? I mean, you can't be walking around here more concerned about your pocketbook than them homeless people out on the street. When's the last time you handed a homeless person $1? Really, ask yourself that question. You know, not everybody out on the street want to be on the street. You know, and we should help our fellow man. But don't make that your job either, in terms of begging as a job. There's too many things that you could do to make a living beside standing on a corner with a sign. I understand people are down on their luck. I won't even call it luck. Because to me, I don't believe in luck.
So I'll take it a step further. If you're the type of dude that says
But
you respect
the
all
Bible
women,
even says
all
that
that tells me
the
is that
the
you don't
poor
respect
will
any
always
women.
be around. I'm just
Because if you respected
paraphrasing.
women, you
So,
would not treat
and it's
a
late at
woman
night,
that
and I
is
can't
a
have
lady,
talk this late.
that is
Get my words all
dignified,
jumbled. But you
that
understand where I'm
carries
coming from.
herself with honor
But
and class.
I
If
just
you
feel like this
respected that
world is
woman,
on
you
the
wouldn't go
verge
treat a
of
304 the same way you treat her.
catastrophe. And I'm so afraid for my grandbabies. Because not only are they going to have to live in this calamity,
You're
they're
not
going
gonna
to
do that.
be adults and leaders in this
See, this is
calamity.
what
And if
these
they're
dudes do.
not being taught right now,
They
how
come
are
up
they going to
here
handle it when they
and
get
they
older?
try to virtue signal and
Here's
make it
something.
seem like they're
Think
the
about it.
best thing since sliced bread.
Do
And
you
look,
know
let me
any
tell you something.
teenagers
Let me tell you some
that
real shit. The vast
have come up
majority of
through
them
life
ain't
and,
married.
they've gone through school and,
Now let me
they've
ask
had
you guys this
friends
question.
and
You tell
they've
me what you
graduated from
think
high
about this.
school and,
Don't you find it
now
interesting
they're
that
going to
the dudes
college,
that
and of
operate
course
in that
you
white
can't
knight
just
energy,
nowadays you
the
can't
ones that got nothing but the
expect
utmost respect for
a,
women,
a
the
high
ones
school
that
graduate to
defend
just
women
jump
the
up
first time
and
some
live
dude
on their
critiques a
own.
woman, the one
Back in
that
the
says,
day,
well, I
you could
would never
almost
put
do
my
that,
hands on a woman. I'm a gentleman,
almost,
and I carry it this way and
because
carry
we
it
had
that way.
some semblance
Why
of
you don't have a wife?
adulthood up here, and we took things
Because
serious
based
as
upon
we
your
matured. We matured a
description,
lot
you
earlier.
should be a catch.
But there are grown ass
Somebody
people out there
should
that
want
don't
to
even
marry
know how
you.
to do their own laundry.
Why
Don't know
aren't you a
nothing
husband?
about paying bills. Don't know how to pay
You full of
bills.
shit. That's why.
We're in a technology age now, so you don't have to sit down at a table and write checks like the old folks used to do when it comes down to paying bills. But some of these kids are clueless.
You full of shit.
I had a conversation with my grandson about taxes. He had no idea what I was talking about. He's 17. Had no idea.
These are the,
And
you
his
know,
mother is a CPA.
these are the nice guys. And look, and
Make it
I've
make
said this
sense.
numerous times, and I'll say it again.
So,
All the women out there
when it comes to me and mine, I'm going to pour into mine as much as I possibly can. I suggest y'all do the same. And if you can't, if you don't know, then learn.
those are the
Pour
worst
into yourself and get some knowledge so you can pass it on to your children and your grandchildren, because this world is on its way to
The only
catastrophe.
time you're gonna have a dude that's a
We are
platonic
in an
friend
age where we're
is
so
if it's
dependent
somebody
on
you
phones that if
already
the
dated,
grid, if
already had
if
sex
a
with,
country
already
decided
had a
to
relationship with,
do a
and the relationship didn't
terrorist
work
attack
out,
on us and
or you
attack our
decided to
power
make
grids,
each other.
and
That's
we
the
had
only
no
way
power whatsoever,
you're gonna
people
have
would lose
a
their
platonic
effing
male
minds.
friend. It's the
No
only way.
lights,
But
no
if you're
internet,
telling me
no
that
phone,
you have a
no
male friend
cable,
that's a platonic
I
male
would trip
friend,
myself.
and the two of you ain't never
But
dated, and the two of you ain't
do you
never
know
had
how to
sex,
grow
I'ma tell you,
food? Do you
you're
know
full
how
of
to,
shit, and you don't realize he is a
do you know
he's
how
a
to
wolf in sheep's clothing.
purify water,
He is
maybe?
a
Have you
snake in
taken
the
the
grass,
time to learn
waiting
some
for the
things
opportunity
that
to strike.
people had to do years and years and years and years ago to
And if you think
survive
I'm
when there
lying,
was no
the next time
electricity?
that
You know,
your
we didn't have
platonic
Wi-Fi
male
back
friend
then. We
decide
didn't
to
have
hang
cell
out with
phones
each
back
other
then.
and do whatever
But
it is
people
you do,
had to eat.
eat ice cream and listen to
How many people know how to go out there and
sit on the
and
couch and watch
kill an
BTV
animal
or
of some
Lifetime,
kind so
whatever the
they
hell
can
it is
skin
that
it
y'all
and
do.
clean it and eat it?
You feel me?
How many people have
platonic
gone
male and
fishing,
female that are friends, whatever the
you
hell
know,
y'all do. I don't
going
know
on a
what y'all
pier
do.
and fish
Y'all paint each
and
other's
just sit
nails,
there
the
and
hell
wait for
knows.
the fish
But the next
to
time
pull on your
that
line?
y'all kick it,
You get that fish and
offer him them
you
games.
you scale it and do all that and clean that fish and you have something to eat. How many of y'all know how to do that?
Offer them to him.
A lot of folk gonna starve.
Y'all sitting on the couch talking.
So what's gonna end up happening? Y'all ever see The Walking Dead?
Walk in front of him.
I love The Walking Dead, not because of the zombies.
So that heart-shaped booty
I
is
enjoyed
right in
The
his
Walking
face.
Dead
This way,
because
what you think about this?
it made you
Just wait and
think,
see what he said.
what are you willing to do to survive?
I double
What
dog
are
dare
you willing to do
But I'm gonna tell you this,
to
and I'm gonna give you the disclaimer.
or for another human being
Don't get
in
your
order to
feelings hurt.
survive?
Because if it's gonna hurt your feelings that he wants
I
them
can
yams,
guarantee
and he's
you,
not really
if
just
something
a friend,
catastrophic happened to the grid,
guess what?
where people,
Don't do
you
it.
know, had to go
Don't-
out
don't
there
you
and
do it.
first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna go to the nearest grocery store and rob it blind. They are gonna take all the food out of there. Out of every grocery store, there will be nothing left in the grocery store. On The Walking Dead, the zombies were a deterrent. They were a distraction. But if you remove those zombies out of The Walking Dead, the rest of that shit was real possible. We just went through COVID-19. And that was just the tip of the iceberg as to what could inevitably happen in this world. People are going to freak the fuck out because they don't have enough food in the pantry to serve their children or their families for more than 2 weeks. So they're going to go out there and they're going to steal as much as they can. You know what I mean? How about you start stacking up now? It's unfortunate, but you might want to go out there and get a couple of firearms and some ammunition because, they come into your house eventually to take whatever you got in your house. So you're going to need some protection. Hello, my love.
Hey, Mama, can I talk to you?
Yes, I'm on live. Let me jump off, okay? Okay, hold on just a second. I gotta talk to my grandson. Y'all have a pleasant evening. Hope somebody watches this video. If not, I'll do another one. Don't make me no never mind. Good night.